Hey guys, another tank review coming at you. I know, two back to back. This time it's the Chinese light tank, the Type 64. I'd like to thank FB Coda from the live stream for this wonderful Christmas gift. First things first, I want to start off with this not being your typical tank review like Quickie Baby or Jingles and whatnot. I want to start off with posing a question to you, the viewer, which is, I understand that premium tanks are supposed to help accelerate your crew. Well, how can you accelerate the crew of your light tanks if none of the light tanks in your nation have the same amount of crew? Do you see? The light tank Type 64 requires a radio operator, as where your commander in both your WZ-131 and your 5916 are both the radio operator. Does the WZ-120? No. How about the 121? Oh no, that's right, that's a medium tank, so no. M5 Stuart maybe? No. Are you starting to see the point, Wargaming? Anyway, now I'm going to get on with the review. Let's start off with a little bit of brief history about the vehicle, shall we? Apparently it won't pull up the vehicle's details. Okay, here we go. Chinese Type 64. More than 50 of these vehicles were produced in Taiwan. All basic components of the vehicles were salvaged from American vehicles. The Hellcat turret was mounted on the chassis of the M42 anti-aircraft vehicle, and the armament was the well-proven M1A1 gun. Only one Type 64 prototype survives to this day. So pretty much it's a Franken tank. The gun is from Sherman, turrets from the Hellcat, the chassis is from the Walker Bulldog. I actually have a model of the Walker Bulldog. So yeah, interesting to say the least. Very interesting. As you can see, I've gone with binocs and a camo net, but that's it. She can't have a vent because she's an open top tank. I don't have the gun rammer. It's not like I don't have the money for it. I do. It's just I feel it doesn't need it. Why? Again, the M1A2 gun, its fire rate is just fine. The aim time could be desired. Accuracy again could be desired, but again it's based on the M1A2. It's the gun that's on the Easy 8 Sherman. Let's take a look at its horsepower per ton ratio, shall we? It's got 21.6 horsepower per ton. This thing is fast. On a flat terrain, it is fast. Now, granted, I don't have aftermarket camouflage yet, but that's about to change because I'm about to grab it right now. Has some odd camouflage options, I'll give it that. There we go, guys. So she now has a passive 5% to her camouflage on top with the camo net. Once my crew does hit 100%, they will be getting camouflage, including the commander. Once his camouflage hits 100%, I will switch it up for 6 cents and then continue on with camouflage. Again, this tank has practically no armor. The angling is just odd. There's no way you're going to bounce a shot. Not even the mantlet. Look at this tiny, tiny little mantlet. There is no way you're going to bounce shots. You know what? Let me just throw some coated optics in there then. There we go. Now my view range is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm building it the same way I built my Chinese 5916. Again, let's take a look at its counterpart, shall we? At tier 6, it's only really got one light tank counterpart that I currently own. That's the 5916. Apparently, for some reason, vehicle details are not showing up. I have to hit the research button instead. Don't know why, but they're just not showing up. Well, see, vehicle details is broken right now. Weird. But let's take a look at our research tree. Let's take a look at what the Americans have. For a light tank, it stops at the Chaffee. They don't have anything. Oh wait, tell a lie, they do. They have the T-21. So yeah, there's the T-21. What do the Brits have for a light tank? I believe it stops at the Crusader. Yeah, they don't have a Tier 6 light tank. Germans, they have the VK2801 and the Afghal Panther. So let's take a look at that. The French have the AMX 12T and the 1375. So let's grab the 12T. Soviets have the MT25. Japan has no light tanks in this tier. So we're going to do a simple breakdown, guys. Let's break it down, shall we? American, German, French, Russian. You know what? Let's do this like this, so that way we can sandwich them side by side, guys. Now these are your rivals in this tank, because you will see these tanks. Hit points wise, the T-21 and the AMX 12T have you beat. You've got more hit points than the MT-25 and the VK2801, but bear in mind these do not have the upgraded turrets. So stock hit points wise, they've got you beat. Because you can easily upgrade your hit points. I don't believe the MT-25 sees anything more than 550. So speed. Let's see. The only thing that can keep up with you is the MT-25. The T-21, the VK2801, and the AMX-12T are nowhere near as fast as you. Traverse speed. Wow. The T-21 and the Type 64 have the same traverse speed. You've got better traverse than both the MT-25, the VK, and the AMX. Armor, of course, you know, the French, the German, the Russians have you beat, and the American has you beat, so don't worry about the armor. View range, let's take a look. You've got the MT-25 beat, you've got the AMX-12T beat, you've got the VK-28 beat, but the T-21 has the same view range. Radio range, stock, you've got them beat, but you can easily get upgraded radios for all four of those. If I had to choose, you know, light tanks wise, let me just. Of course, we've always got to throw in your counterpart. So let's actually just take a look here. Now we've actually got your Chinese counterpart involved. Of course, the 5916 stock has more as the same amount of hit points as you, so that's interesting. Weight-wise, what one's the heaviest? The MT25, I believe, is the heaviest. At 25 tons, 26 maxed out. You max out at 25 tons. So yeah, ramming the AMX, the 5916, and the T21 will fare well for you, but do not ram the VK or the MT25. They weigh more than you. Again, the view range. Your view range is far superior than all of them, with the exception of the T-21, because they're both American tanks in theory, so they're going to be the same. Radio range of 700. My 5916 does have the upgraded radio, so it's got it beat there. But again, the T-21, the VK-28, the 5916, the AMX, and the MT-25, majority will stock with the exception of the 5916. Sorry. So yeah, it's interesting to say the least. what I may do is repurchase the T21 and do a comparison of all of them, just for you guys. And so yeah, it's an interesting little tank. Well, I can't say little. It's about the size of a Sherman, but profile wise, now let's take a look at the profile. The actual what the tank looks like, the profile. Comparing it to the 5916, which is a tiny tank. This thing is minuscule, it's miniature. Now, you're really just not that big. You're just not that bigger. If you see it, you know. Let's actually take a look at some medium tanks, shall we? Let's take a look at tanks that you will see, like the Pershing, the Patton. See, you are up there in size. You are definitely up there in size. Pershing's just a little bit bigger than you. Let's take a look at the KV-1S. Yep, KV-1S is just a little bit longer than you. So you're, for a light tank, you're actually quite big. So bear that in mind. Gun traverse, we'll find out that in the replay, in the actual gameplay. So, speaking of gameplay, let's get to it, shall we? We're on Ensk, standard battle. XVM's telling us we have a 60% chance to win this, and it is a tier 10 game. We have an E100 and Object 268. They have an Object 268 and a T57 Heavy. We have a Waffenträger E100. They have a T11-0E4. They've got two T30s in a platoon. We have no platoons. Just ask them where they need eyes the most.
Let's get this show on the road.
Now, this tank's a little bit slow getting going, but once she's going, oh my good lord, can she go. Now, they said that they need eyes and Echo 9. IS-8, contact front. Well, contact set city, I should say. Now, I'm not one to rush to my death. The T21, T57 Heavy, T34, and IS-8 are all back there, so I don't have to worry about their T21 trying to find me. Object 268 is on the railway. Object 704. Once that E50's moved up a wee bit more, I'll move forward. Like so. Oh, Centurion. Missed me.
Critical hit.
A critical hit on a T21 that did no damage.
Penetration. One of our tracks is damaged. Enemy armor is hit.
Thank you. They saved my life. Rheinmetall, Wassack, Waffenträger.
Enemy is hit.
Ooh. Managed to nail one in him.
Critical hit.
Critically hit him. Artillery is up. But we're gonna... Oh, object. Oh! Object nailed me. It was a bit of a snapshot, but it was a good shot. Again, you know, you will see tier 10s in this tank. I'm used to it, being a big fan of the Chinese light tanks. As you can clearly tell, got the WZ-131, and I've also got the 5916. Now, a lot of people keep asking me why I don't have the autoloader on my 5916. Simply because mathematically the autoloaders just, pardon my French, suck balls. They're just a joke of a gun. They're not even good enough to get through certain tier 10 artillery. So trust me, just don't bother. Stick with your 57mm. 112mm of pen, 189mm of pen with a premium shell is enough to get through a KV5, and I've killed several KV5s in my 5916. And to prove it, there's all my mastery badges. 5916, maximum destroyed in one battle, 5 in a light tank. So yeah, what can I say, guys? I know what I'm doing. Still, you do have to get my mastery badge in my Ram 2 and my T-34 and my T-32. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, guys, it's just, what can I say? I do have quite a lot of mastery badges. But I know what I'm doing. I've still yet to get my mastery badge in my WZ-131, and I do have all but the WZ-132 and the 100mm unlocked. Now, I really don't understand Wargaming's philosophy when it comes to these light tanks. Think about it, okay? The 100mm gun, this one, that I'll unlock, works with this turret, which is an upgrade. So you think it'd be the stock turret for the next tank? No. I will still have to get another stock tank to get the other 100mm in order to get into the WZ-120 medium tank, which is a tank I've actually been wanting to get into, because a lot of people keep saying that the 120 is just like the Type 59, and I have always wanted a Type 59. So, oh wow, I actually got my mastery badge 3rd class that game. Interesting. There you go, guys. You saw it for yourself. Very interesting. Oh, I am erect the T21. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Right, there you go, guys. That's just one game in my Type 64. It's a very interesting tank. It's going to take a little getting used to. Again, it's really slow to get going, but once it gets going, it's like a snowball. You know, once it starts rolling down the hill, you know, midway of the hill, it's picked up the most speed it's going to get. Same thing with this. And yes, I do have the Vickers light tank and the free Christmas gift tank. You will see a review of this tank also. I'm just trying to get to grips with it right now. You know what, let me just quickly bang this out. I do plan on keeping this tank for as long as I can, for a reason. That reason being, it just looks like it's going to be a fun little tank. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the initial review of the Type 64 Chinese premium light tank. And as always, Wargaming, sort your shit out. I mean, Please, come on, sort it out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video with keep your shells flying, keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out.